even with the show being out, like nothing in my life has changed yet. You know, like I'm still literally hustling and grinding to make my life change. The show gave me that platform to get the bigger audience for people to, oh, that's who this is. Let's go listen to her music. Let's check her out. Okay, cool. But we didn't get paid from that. I'm not getting millions of dollars coming in. Like,
What up, though, Black Friday family? Welcome back to another installment of the Black Fridays podcast. Now, before we get into today's episode, we got some business to handle. I need y'all to go and subscribe on all major streaming platforms. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube as well, and tap in with previous episodes and share with a friend. All right, now that we got that out the way, we got one of Detroit's newest up-and-coming ambassadors, artists, entertainer. You do a lot of different things. But I'm gonna start there. Detroit Diamond, welcome to the podcast. How
what
are
up,
you?
though? Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Appreciate you pulling up to the show. And
I love the hat.
Thank you.
Legendary classic Detroit shot hat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People don't see. People sleep on the shot.
Man.
They don't even remember the greatness that was the shot.
No, like we was literally turned, like, and then they sold us.
Exactly.
After we had just won a championship, that didn't even make no sense. But you know,
it's all good. Hopefully, they can bring it back with the WNBA expanding, and maybe you might want to do your flagey and go back to the league.
Probably not. The way my knees set up, I ain't doing none of that. But I support for sure.
Fair enough. And we'll get into your background as a former baller as well in a little bit. But the first thing I wanted to do was to ask you to describe who is Detroit Diamond as an artist to people who may have never heard your music, or this may be their first interaction with you, and what could they expect if they put on a Detroit Diamond project?
Dang, that's a good question to start off for sure. So Detroit Diamond as an artist, I would just say a creative in general. Like, I don't put myself in one box, and I don't feel like an audience could put me in one box and just be like, oh yeah, she just only raps like this. Like, you have the lane of these are the street rappers, or these are the talking about sex rappers, or these are like, it's like I can, my range and my versatility is, very wide. So, but just like, I feel like in general, it's just authentic. It's me. Like, I'm not trying to be like nobody. I'm not trying to sound like nobody. Staying true to myself, representing my family, my brother, my city, and I feel like the music is relatable as well. So I'm going to make songs that people who are going through like real life stuff going to be able to feel, and they feel like they can relate to me and they can touch me. Like, I'm still normal. I always feel like that, because it be people that now, obviously, since the show been out and everything, they be like freaking out when they see me, and I'm like, y'all, I'm just regular. Like, I'm still, normal, but I just make music really for me, and it heals other people. So that's just really what it is. Love it. And I know that doing my research on you in terms of, so I got a chance to get exposed to you and your work through the show Rhythm and Flow season 2 on Netflix. We definitely gonna get more into that, but that's how I got introduced to you. But once I started doing my digging, I realized I had seen you somewhere before, and it was on the homie Shy versus Everybody podcast. So I know you'd have put up there. Shy. Yeah,
shout out to Shy people. For sure. Yeah, he been putting in work, him and Q over there, for a long time, and I've been following them, and we follow each other. So haven't got a chance to meet him yet. Would love to. So yeah, we gotta set that up. Yeah, I'm actually going to go see him next week. So yeah, I saw that. He was actually my very first podcast I ever did in general as an artist. So I always got love for him. I've probably been on his podcast maybe like 3 or 4 times now. Yeah. Because it's just, I know I'm going to go pull up on him. You feel me? But yeah, they're my peoples. That's your peoples at this point. So yeah, you got to pull up on them. But yeah, I saw the content, or at least some clips of when you had interviewed with him, and just understanding your story in terms of where you come from, like how you grew up in terms of the West Side, P-Rock. And then shout out to P-Rock. Shout out to P-Rock. Yeah. Cody comment also. Yeah. So I got love for Cody. I used to do a mentor program program there.
Period.
So yeah,
that's love.
Shout out to Cody. And also, you essentially kind of talk about how the torch was passed to you in terms of taking rap seriously when your brother had passed away. Yeah. And you had always been like in entertainment or like to entertain and dabbled with like rapping and stuff like that, but didn't take it as seriously until that moment. So I wanted to kind of like see if you could tell us what was that defining moment for you. Like, was it literally like the day that he passed away, or was it like, did it take some time and then you were like, all right, I gotta take this seriously? Like, where were you in life, and then what made you say, I got to go in on this rap stuff?
Okay, so my brother, he got murdered in 2014, right? So it's actually coming up now on 11 years since he passed away, January 29th. 2014, when that happened, I was in college. It was my junior year. No, it was my sophomore year. And I was at the University of Tampa. So it happened a day when I was playing a basketball game. And actually, we had just like one of the championships that was like in our region and stuff like that. So we was all just like, hype, in a good mood and everything like that. And then I found that news out after the game. So it was like terrible, like I'd never even knew I could feel that way before, because it was like, it just didn't make sense. It's like, this my brother, like my little brother at that, like we 6 months apart, but it's like, that's like my baby, you feel me? So, I was messed up for like some years. I had ended up transferring to another school right after that. And then, it got so bad to the point that this is the first time I ever felt like depressed, or knew that I was like depressed and just out of it mentally. I was a straight A student my whole entire life. That year after that happened, I failed. Like in school, I didn't care. I wasn't going. I was just like, whatever, you feel me? And to the point that I actually like lost my scholarship. I lost my housing. I got kicked out of school in general, because they had gave me like a semester to like get back on track. They was like, okay, this ain't never happened before. We gonna put you on academic probation and stuff like that. But I didn't tell the school what was going on in my life. It was just like, I'm just like, yo, I can't do it right now. So, some time went on and I had to get my life together. Like I was staying on like my teammates' couches and working like 2-3 jobs to be able to survive, because I wasn't coming back home to like stay with my mama. Like, what was I gonna do here? You feel me? Like, I'm like, I'm grown now. I got to figure it out. But at the same time, I'm like, I never knew how to grieve. Like, how am I grieving the loss of my brother? I don't know how to do this. Like, I didn't talk to nobody. It was just like, I was trying to figure it out. So, eventually I was able to like kind of get out the depression a little bit. And, just because I started to have, it was like, like when they be saying like death be coming in threes, it was happening like that. So it was like my brother passed away, then my great grandma passed away like in May of that year. And then the following year, my grandma and my mom's mom passed away. So them was like the 3 closest people to me that it just was happening. So it took me years to get out of being depressed. And so, okay, that happened in 2014. I eventually got back in school because I was able to like show them like, this is my record, right? My transcripts, I'm always doing good in school. I was just going through a tough time. Like I had to show them obituaries, all type of stuff. The president of the school eventually let me back in. I was able to graduate and finish, like, thank God for that. So, and I didn't graduate until 2018 because with me being out of school, like that took away like 2 years of my time, So once I finally graduated, I was like, okay, now what I'm about to do? Because I wasn't playing basketball no more, obviously, but I'm like, I'm still trying. I was still like having tryouts to go overseas and do all this stuff, but I knew like my body was just like not gonna handle it for so much more time. So I'm like, I just feel like every time I would think about my brother or see anything about him, it was the music. So I'm like, I do kind of know how to rap, like I used to rap. Like I used to write raps for like all my little cousins or even my older cousins. We used to just rap at my grandma's house. And I'm like, if I can still do this and then I'm able to like keep his name alive while I'm doing this, then this might be something, you know? Mm-hmm. And one day I was working at a shoe store. It used to be Mr. Allen's, but it's, Snipes now. Yeah. So I was working there, and my boss at the time, shout out to Sean, I had told him, I'm like, Sean, I'm about to be a rapper now. And he was like, what you mean? I'm like seriously, I'm about to be a rapper. So that day when I left out the job, I did my first car freestyle, and then I never stopped doing them after that. Mm. So after I kept posting them I was posting them there every week, and they started getting a little traction, and people like, you should rap for real. Like, so all I had to do was get a little bit of like push. Oh, yo, you should do this. And then I just never stopped doing it. So it's been 6 years now. It'll be 7 years in October of this year, but 6 years that I've been consistently doing music.
And you never look back.
Never stop.
Love it. So we're gonna dig more into your background and your experience and how you have been able to build up your business as Detroit Diamond. But I got to introduce you to my favorite part of Black Fridays, which is Freestyle Friday.
Okay.
So we about to do a rap battle, and I don't know how you want to.
I ain't got no rap battle in me. After that last rap battle, I don't know if I ever want to rap battle again. Crazy.
No, but all right. So I give you two options because you are the artist here. Mm-hmm. So I would like to know if you would want to give us a freestyle, or we could do rapid fire questions. Now, I'm just going to, put a little pressure on you. I done had comedians come up here, do freestyles. Mm-hmm. I done had people do poetry. I done had people sing. So it's up to you. It's up to you.
I'd rather do the rapid fire.
You want to do rapid fire?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bet. So the first one, this might be a little challenging, but I got to know this one. Your name, Detroit Diamond. Mm-hmm. When you go to Coney Island, what are you ordering?
Why you say that?
What you mean?
I'm just saying, why you say my name is Detroit Diamond?
Your name Detroit Diamond, right?
Right.
Yeah. What we eat in Detroit?
Coney Island.
All right then. So what's your Coney order?
I'm getting a grilled chicken pita.
Okay.
Or I might get a 10-piece flats.
Okay. Any chili fries? You don't really?
Nah, cause I don't eat beef.
Okay.
I used to love chili cheese fries, but you know what they be doing. Chili cheese fries go crazy. Yeah. But sometimes I get a grilled chicken salad. When I used to eat beef, I'm getting corned beef egg rolls. Like, bro, I used to be going crazy in there for sure. But no, you just threw me off though because you like your name Detroit Diamond.
Yeah.
What we going? I'm like,
so what's your Coney order? Okay, we had to know for sure.
Okay, babe.
All right, so used to hoop D1 basketball, AAU in Detroit, all that good stuff. Used to ball out. How would you describe your basketball game? And then if it make it a little bit easier, give me like two players that you might compare yourself to.
I'm Bron. What? It ain't two. It's one. Bron. And if I had to add a female, then I'm Candace Parker. So I'm Candace Parker and Bron.
Okay.
But no, for sure, it's back in my day. Like LeBron is my favorite player of all times. Okay. For like many reasons, like just because of the person he is, like the way he carry himself. We kind of had similar backgrounds growing up, like single parent household, and just big dreams. So I just felt like me and him, we just always had that connection. And I feel like he gonna see me in a minute, I give too many LeBron references in my raps for him to not hear me. He got to sit down one day and watch the show and be like, oh yeah, that girl. Yeah, so Brian, whichever camera, Brian, come find me.
Right, how he be doing them locker room videos. He might pop up rapping. Pressure.
I don't care if you that's all you gotta say is pressure. You ain't gotta know the words, none of that. Just and say his part. Because I say NBA, Brian James, I can never finish last. Like, come on, Brian, you gotta get that
for sure. And what would you say is, I know that you had mentioned before in a previous interview that pretty much you watch primarily like YouTube and you watching interviews, you watching like some how-to video. What's the last YouTube video you watched?
The last one I watched was Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco, because they was talking about the Lions last night. Okay. So I'll be staying up to watch and see what they be saying. So I was watching that like before I went to sleep.
Okay. Shout out to Unc.
Yeah. What's the platform?
Nightcap.
Yep.
Shout out to Unc. Do you have any podcasts that you listen to? Other than the Black Friday podcast, of
right,
course.
Other than the Black Friday podcast. Shout out to y'all, you know. The other podcasts I listen to, I was actually watching Cam Newton's podcast because he had an interview with Money Long. It was really good. I was watching his. Mm-hmm. I watched B. Simone podcast, the Let's Try It Again.
Okay.
Because I feel like it be getting deep. Like I like deep stuff, like where they talking about real life stuff, you know, on there, stuff that I can learn. I was watching $1 Million Worth of Game too last night.
They ain't hit you up? We gotta get you on.
I know. I need to go out.
Slide to Philly.
I need to go out there. Yeah, for sure.
I think they definitely will have you on.
And they always be like, they come to Detroit a lot too. Right. So it's like, we gotta lock in.
For sure. And if you're putting together your own cipher, this is just this Detroit Diamond saying, I need you got yourself, and then you need 4 other dope artists that you want to put in the cipher. Who you putting in the cipher? It could be anybody, dead or alive. Yeah.
Me, I put Doechii in there because Doechii hard.
Yeah.
Doechii is hard. Rappers. Probably Big Sean.
Okay.
Oh, dang! It's like rappers. Who else? T.I.
Okay.
Cause T.I. my favorite rapper of all times.
Okay. Shout out to Tip.
Me and 4 other people, so I need one more.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Probably Meg.
Okay.
I put Meg in there too.
Okay. Meg used to go crazy in the ciphers.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Okay. Bet. Well, thank you for partaking in Freestyle Fridays. Even though I know it wasn't used to your normal freestyle, you go to these different platforms and, give them some bars.
I like yours like this, though.
For sure. So I got to ask you, because I've been able to see that your hustle is crazy. Like even watching Rhythm and Flow, and then also different interviews and things that you put on social media in terms of like your perseverance and your hustle is crazy in terms of how you can be able to navigate all the things that you've been through in life and then continue to be in the space that you are in and then keep being consistent with your artistry and your career and making a name for yourself. Like at a certain point, you openly talked about being homeless in California and stuff like that. So what is the fuel for you? Like in terms of where does that hustle come from? I mean, besides you being from Detroit, I mean,
right,
it's in us, not on us.
It's definitely in it. No, it's on us too.
Right. Yeah, you're right. But besides that, I was wondering like if there's any motivator or anything that you could kind of think of or pinpoint that's like, this is where I get my drive from. This would make me go so crazy.
My mama, honestly, like if she didn't teach me one thing, it's like how to hustle in general. Like, I never really had too many people to like depend on to be like, okay, I need them to do this and make this happen. It was like us. It was just me and her. So I feel like I had to do it. Like, so, and like, even when I said the example from when I was in school and I got kicked out and stuff like that, I just felt like it was nobody else's responsibility to help me get out of that. Now, some people could have helped, maybe if I would have asked or if I would have told, but literally nobody knew that I was going through that. Like my entire family didn't know until after I graduated, and years later, then I told everybody like, so yeah, did y'all know that this happened? Like I was out of school, I got kicked out of school, and all like nobody knew. Even my mama didn't know, nobody knew.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I just always had that in me. Like I always felt like the underdog pretty much my whole life. Like and I feel like that comes from also just sometimes when you feel like you not good enough or you not loved enough or you not wanted, like in certain situations. So that's just where I feel like it come from. Like, and even now, like even with the show being out, like nothing in my life has changed yet. Like I'm still literally hustling and grinding to make my life change. The show gave me that platform to get the bigger audience for people to, oh, that's who this is. Let's go listen to her music. Let's check her out. Okay, cool. But we didn't get paid from that. I'm not getting millions of dollars coming in. Like, still trying to get life to be straight. You feel me? So, yeah, it's just hustle gonna be in me forever.
For sure. So y'all did the show for the love? Y'all did it pro bono? For the free?
It wasn't for the love. It was for the exposure. Attention. Yeah, the exposure. So, yeah, but like nobody just got like, here's your check. Like for being on Netflix. Like the winner got paid. Right. That was it. Your goal was to win.
Okay.
That was it.
So it wasn't no like compensation for like how long you were on the show? Because like I know some shows,
you know, like you get like per diem to be able to take care of yourself while you filming, but no, like here's $1 million, here's
got you, yeah.
And you know they making $1 billion or something crazy, you feel me? But nah, it wasn't that.
Interesting. Okay. So let me ask you this in terms of better understanding that now, and then like how you talked about your hustle and how things still didn't change in terms of you having to go out, grind and get it. How do you kind of like organize or structure the things that you do, how you do it? Because as an artist, you can get pulled in so many different directions, a lot of different things going on. How do you kind of like structure your business and how you gonna move when you out here trying to continue to build this brand?
That's a really good question because I'm actually still trying to figure that out right now. I feel like I've been doing it so long though, honestly, because I've never really had a manager. I've never really had like somebody that's like structuring like, okay, what we doing next? It's just been me. Like I come up with something and I'm like, if I can make this happen, then I'm on to something, you know, like, and so I always be surprised, or I like tell myself after I do something, every time I like just talk to myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm proud of you because this is an ideal that I came up with. To be able to make the ideal come to life is like a whole nother thing. So right now I'm just like, okay, I haven't dropped a project in a while. So why not do it now while I have still the attention and the heat from the show? And then I'm doing the press now because it's just, everything is just making sense. But I'm like touching every I don't care if you got 10 followers, 10,000, 10 million. Like I need to go and talk to everybody who is willing to talk to me. Like, so I just feel like, and that's even with performing too. Like I done did some shows for free in certain places. We went out to North Carolina, did Jazz birthday bash. Shout out to Jazz with an X. That's my homie. She super turned lit, you feel me? That show was hype, you feel me? And then I done opened up for Cash Doll. And then I done performed with Lloyd. Like I'm doing all of these shows, but I have yet to get paid for a show. Okay. I got paid for one show, the show I did in Canada, because I flew out to do a Christmas party in Canada. Okay. Shout out to shout out to him because he the one. For sure. But that's still like showing you that like I'm hungry for it, and it don't matter if I'm getting paid for it or not. Like it's the opportunity and the money gonna come in the back end. You feel me? Like we still just gotta grind and put the work in right now.
I feel like what you said is so important because you'll be surprised and I'm sure you've ran into artists or just people who might be in entertainment and stuff like that who automatically feel entitled about certain things, and then they're like, I'm not doing nothing without a check. Or in business in general, I run into people like that sometimes and have those type of conversations, but you never know where an opportunity is going to take you or what it leads you to, because like you said, you might do a free show and then that might lead you to partnering with somebody who has opportunities, got distribution company or something. Like you never really know. And the downside is that sometimes you can run yourself like not into the ground, but like, you know, it can get exhausting in terms of like, dang, you know, I'm hustling, I'm doing this stuff for free and you ain't really seeing no benefit, but just kind of like staying the course or being well, I guess let me ask you this as I'm thinking about it. How do you be intentional about those opportunities and then not like taking everything?
I just feel like I just I don't know. I just do whatever God tell me to do for real. And I just think of the bigger picture. Like, so New Year's Eve, I got offered to do another show in North Carolina, and it was paid. but it was something that kept telling me like, hold off on it for a minute before I agree to do it. And then while I was performing at the show in North Carolina, I ended up getting the email to open up for Lloyd. So I was like, whatever it was God saying like, the money cool, but this opportunity that you get to have with this is it could be better, you know, like, and then even doing that, like I was able to meet his team and meet him, and like everybody is like willing to help me out and like give me game on stuff. So it's just like, I don't know, I just go wherever God tell me to go. It just be that simple for real.
How do you sustain your lifestyle? Granted, the fact that, you know, the different opportunities that you have or shows that you have and like management of kind of like everything that's going on. How do you like sustain? How do you keep doing this? Like, how do you fuel the machine? Because it take money.
Look, you asking me, I be trying to ask myself that every day. Like, me and her be trying to figure it out. Look, I'll be like, okay, my designer, Latricia Mayan, that's my designer. Everybody needs to know this lady is expensive, right? She be wanting to put me in all the new sweetest furs and everything, but I'll just be like,
for the people listening and watching, she off camera in a fur right now. So
exactly.
I'm just putting that out there.
On a regular day. It's a Monday.
I can
regular
tell.
Monday. I'm chill, jogging suit. You feel me? Like, shout out to Smile Kicks. This is a black owned company from Chicago that sent me some gear. So shout out to them. But I am cheap. Like, people be thinking that it's a game. Like, no, like I'm like Mr. Krabs cheap, like dead ass on anything, food, clothes. She like, let's go get this one. It's this one only $100. This shirt only $100. I'm like, the shirt. I'm like, I can go to Simply 10 and get 10 of them for that. And she like, come on now, you gotta. But you know, like we mesh well. Like sometimes I gotta go with her idea. She be like, it's for this. We doing it like this. Or we might take some stuff and then she'll customize it and make it a $1,600 outfit. You feel me? Like, so man, I honestly, to answer the question, I don't know how I sustain. Cause life be lifing, and I don't got $1 million. You feel me? I don't got just like money just sitting around. I'm still I'm still looking for investors. I'm still looking for partners, people that want to, you know, like send clothes and do all the things. Like,
talk to them right there. Yeah, tell them. Holla at you.
Y'all, hit me up in the DMs. I mean, and it's a lot of people who have been reaching out. So I'm very grateful for everybody. And hopefully, you know, y'all can get the same type of promotion that I'm getting from it. You feel me? So... oh yeah, I like clothes too. Smile Kicks, shout out. I got family in Chicago, so I love Chicago. Smile Kicks, holla at me. Anybody else with some clothes, holla at me. I wear clothes. We double all XL, wear clothes. Size 10 shoes. Yeah, tap in. We definitely love shoes, clothes, all that. Yeah, for sure. Nice. All right, so now I gotta get to this Netflix, Rhythm and Flow season 2. First and foremost, I gotta give you your flowers. You represented Detroit very well, and so it was great to be able to see you go through the competition. You were the very first person that was featured on that episode. When I went back and watched, I'm like, damn, I think Diamond was first, and then you was, sure enough, you was the first person that actually got a feature, and they showed your performance first. And then when I look back on the whole trajectory, I'm like, she showed up for the city and she represented herself very well. Thank you. Shout out to you for that. But I got to start with, how did that opportunity even come about? Because obviously, you know, you out here, you building your name. You've been working on this for, it's been almost 7 years now. So obviously you got buzz, you got music out, you got projects, you work with people. But how did that opportunity come about? How did you even find out about it? And where were you at in life when that opportunity came? Ooh, crazy. Now that's the real tea. So the show came out in 2019, I believe October 2019, season 1. Season 1, yep. I don't think that I started watching it until maybe around December or something like that. Because I don't know what I had going on, but I just didn't know that the show was coming out. So one day I'm just like laying in the bed, I'm watching it, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, how do people get on these type of shows? I never see nothing about like auditions or anything like that. And I'm just like, literally just sitting there like, damn, if I could get on a show like this, it'll be, like I know my life could change, right? When I tell you, it probably wasn't even like a week or so later that I had got an email from a casting director. And he was like, hey, my name's Brian, and I'm reaching out to see if Detroit Diamond wants to be on Rhythm and Flow Season 2. I'm like, this fake. It's no way possible, because like nobody's ever reached out to me about doing no TV show, and I'm just watching it and I'm just talking about it. So I did a bunch of research to figure out if he was real, if the opportunity was real, before I responded back, because I'm like, people send me fake emails all the time. Like, you want to come sign at 1017? It's $200. I'll fly you out. Ooh, I'm like, y'all want me to pay y'all for this? Like, come on, y'all got to do better. Do better, y'all. But once I found out that he was a real person, the company that he was representing, Jesse Collins Entertainment, shout out to Jesse Collins Entertainment, because they're like the GOATs of all TV production. They do Super Bowl, Grammys, BET Awards, like our show. Okay. They produce all of those shows. Okay. So when he had Jesse Collins, it was on there, and then Netflix was on there. I'm like, okay, it's some real shit. So he was like, send me your number, I'm gonna call you. When he said that, I really was like, okay, it's some real shit, because people don't be like, I'm gonna call you or nothing like that. Yeah. He called me. He was like, yeah, I see you, doing your thing on social media. We would love to have you come audition for the show, all this. So I'm like, this is crazy, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. So he was like, we're gonna do a virtual audition first. I just had to set up cameras, rap, and stuff like that. It went well. It was like, all the producers of the show love you. We want to do a live in person when we gonna come to Detroit. So I'm like, all right, cool. Mind you, this is in January now of 2020. By February going into March, the pandemic happened. Right. So
all that shut down.
Canceled everything for like the rest of my life. In my mind, I'm like, this is over with. But at the same time, this is another example of how much I'm like persistent, consistent, and hustle, because I made sure that I stayed in touch with him until this day. That casting director, Brian, like, that's my guy. Shout out to Brian, because like, he a go. I mean, I don't care what it was. Christmas, New Year's, birthday. Hey, how you doing? Happy birthday, happy holidays. Still trying to see if y'all still doing the show. I'm in LA right now. Yeah. Is it still going on? Like, he's like, I'm gonna make sure that if it ever comes back,
I got you,
right? So, years go by, and I'm just like, yeah, it's at this point, it's not coming back now. Like, but in the back of my mind, I always just was like, I kept watching the show. I kept researching to see, like, is Rhythm and Flow Season 2 ever coming back? Like, if you looked at my Google search, how many times I put that in there, I'm like, man, I need something. Something gotta happen. Especially when I moved to LA, I'm like, this will be the perfect time. But the time that I was staying in LA, it was the strike year. So I'm like, it ain't happening now, because they not doing no TV productions at this time. Like, they not paying paying everybody right, so we not doing it. But in that time, I was staying in my car. I was living out there for like 4 months, just like working at Universal Studios. I would go to work, get off at like 4 a.m, sleep in the car for a couple hours, go back to work. I was doing the same thing every day. But I'm saving my money because I'm still out there shooting videos. I'm still going to the studio. And then, like I said, what I'm coming back home for? Like, I can't go back to my mama's house. So I'm like, like, so I'm just like, I got to figure it out. One day I was in the car and I woke up and I had an email, and it was like, if you getting this message, that means that it's time. So when I got that, I'm like, oh my God, the show is coming back now. Crazy, right? Once they told me that I had to do another virtual audition, they was wanting me to film while I was in my car. And it's crazy because on the show, they never put none of that in there. Nobody would have known that I was living in my car during that time. Right. But I was open to letting my fans and my supporters know, like, this is my journey. Like, this shit ain't fake. I'm not trying to act like I'm doing better than what I am. Like, no, this is my real life. And the audition for the show, the live audition, was across the street from the parking structure I was living in. Wow. Literally. Like, I could walk across the street and be like, hey, I'm here to audition now. Like, I'm ready. So I was just like, everything, I just felt like it was God's timing. Like, the alignment, everything was just so perfect, because even thinking back to, if I would have did that in 2020, I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have made it to the finale if I did that back then, because I just didn't have the experience. Like, I thought I was ready, but I grew so much as an artist and as a person
during that span,
during that time, that it was like, when it came to every challenge that was on the show, mentally, I was better than a lot of people because of the stuff I just stayed in my car for 4 months. Like, I can do anything. You feel me? Like, if all I got to do is remember some lyrics in 24 hours, then, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
So that's where you was at.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
So like you said, you made it to the finals. And then, so the next part, or so after the audition, well, real quick question, because I need to understand this, because the songs that people performed in the audition episodes, I can't find those. So did y'all have to make those original for the show?
Yeah, we made them original for the show.
All right, that's what I figured.
They sent us beats and we just...
Y'all just went.
Made a song, but... And you know, everybody loves my audition song, and
yeah, fire.
I'm able to perform it, but it's not going on streaming platforms because it's just not cleared by the network. That wasn't in their plans.
Yeah,
they probably didn't even expect people's audition songs. Yeah, to like go. The beat that they sent, I don't even want to say that, but the beats, you know, they just was like YouTube style type of beats for us for the most part. Like everybody from the show was like, they had a tough time coming up with their audition song. So I was like, I feel like if you was able to make a banger off of that, then like you a good artist, you know? So I definitely wanted mine to be out, because I'm like, I probably could have made some money right now off that song. Like, for sure, they love it, but I'm able to perform it and stuff, so that's cool.
Okay, that's what's up. So you get through the audition, you move on to the next phase. I think that was the cipher, and then after the cipher, I wanna get to the rap battle, and so I'm gonna start with the fact that, number one, I want to know why y'all was in Atlanta recording. Why did they decide to take y'all back to? I'm sure it was cool for you to go back to the city. Y'all got a chance to be in front of Eminem. Why did they leave y'all in Atlanta? Because I'm just thinking about logistics, and y'all had a lot going on at that period in time. I'm sure I heard some of your other I was going to call them castmates, but other people that was on the competition talk about just kind of like the schedule sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, it sounded like it was ridiculous. Why would they fly y'all like, all right, great, yeah, we move on to the next one. All right, we going to put y'all on this plane to go to Detroit where it's freezing. So we could just, if you get to the next round, you go right back to Atlanta. Like,
so look, let me tell you, the show in general taught me that it's about adjusting on the fly. So I feel like that's what they did. Like, they put us in so many situations where it was like,
that's kind of like the game within the game.
Yeah. Okay. Like, we might not be filming until this certain time. You might not eat until this certain time. You might not be able to talk to somebody. Like, it was so much stuff that it was like, until you get on a TV show, you won't understand it. Like, because it wasn't just as simple as it seemed on the TV show. You had to be there. Right? Like, granted, I love that we was able to do something in Detroit with Eminem and all the things, but I prefer to stay in Atlanta. Yeah. I just left Detroit. Like, and it wasn't even a week that I was back. It was cold as hell. It was snowing. I'm like, y'all, this ain't it. Yeah. Like, I actually had kind of got sick a little bit. Like, I'm asking everybody for hauls. Like, I'm like, y'all, like, this is terrible. And then, mind you, so I was the only one who is from Detroit, obviously. Right. So when we came home and we was able to film with my family, so what you see in episode 1 when we're talking about when my family's there,
that was during the rap battle.
That was during the rap battle that we filmed it. So I had no time to write, really rehearse, nothing, because I'm still, while everybody else is rehearsing, doing all that stuff, I'm filming with my family, right? Then, of course, I had to get my hair done and everything. That took another 2-3 hours. You feel me? Like, I had to, I like, even if you see me on that episode, I look so tired. Like, my eyes, I'm looking like I'm ready to just fall out because I'm dead ass tired. So yeah, the rap battle was very interesting. It was an interesting episode.
So the rap battle episode. So you made it to the finals. So obviously you won your rap battle. And as a fan, I have my own theory. It was very close. I ain't gonna sit up here and lie to you in your face. It was close. It was, and both of y'all came barred up, and it was dope. I feel like you won, and some people might say home cooking, whatever the case may be. If that's the case, then don't let it get close, and ain't got to be no home cooking. But that's neither here nor there. But I felt like you approached it as a rap battle, and the other person approached it as a diss song. And so with that understanding of I felt like you understood the assignment for that particular challenge, and then that's why it went that way. That's my opinion. But obviously, you were there, you were in it. So could you talk about that experience a little bit?
Okay, so once we was on the bus, and I would say once we was at the airport, and I found out we was going to Detroit, I immediately started writing as if we was about to be in Detroit, right? So that's why I got 8 Mile bars in there. I got Eminem. I had no clue that Eminem was going to be there. Yeah. But it's still just like the references of the city. I'm thinking about it as a rap battle. I'm like, regardless, I'm playing off my crowd. I'm doing I did my own research to what a rap battle is supposed to be like. I feel like for her, she didn't have much to talk about me besides the stuff that she was saying about my name. I didn't expect her to say what she said about my brother. That happened. Cool, right? But a lot of the stuff, I feel like she didn't have much to say about me because I'm so open about talking about my life. So you couldn't go in there and be like, yeah, she's homeless, staying in her car. They know that already. So it was nothing you could really do. So her approach was different than mine, right?
You be rapping her.
Exactly. Yeah. And then also, I feel like if people would have got an insight or more on what the whole argument or situation was before the battle, mine would have made more sense too to people, because it was like, from getting on the show at the beginning, seemed cool, very quiet, and then it was like, now once we getting into the meat of it, like, you talk a lot. Yeah. So that's what I played off of it, and I don't really want to give certain people like clout or anything like that. So, sure. But yeah, I won, and I made it to the end. That's all.
Exactly. So you get past the rap battle phase, which I thought was dope for everybody. And I'll say it, they did y'all bold in terms of the appearance, because certain people weren't supposed to be paired up with each other. And in turn, I get it. They somebody got to win, but it's just like the way that they did it. I'm like, damn, y'all already like some of the top people, you putting them again, knocking them out already. But that's I'm trying not to get too emotional, because like I said, I'm a fan. But
no, for sure. And I mean, overall, as an artist, like, she's super dope artist, and I definitely feel like we shouldn't have went against each other, because at all. We both should have been in there. It's a lot of other people too that the pair. I don't know. It was a lot of stuff that was happening. We was all like, okay.
Right. And like you said, adjusting.
Yeah, that's all you can do. And it's like survive. Like, it's literally just survive to the next round. That's all you can really do. Right.
And so with the single opportunity, you went crazy with Pressure, and that's a dope song.
Shout out to Pressure.
Yeah, I added that to the rotation. That's super dope. And then your collab was dope as well. And I really want to know about, I want to talk about the final, in terms of like, what was it like for you making it to the final, and then prepping for that and getting ready for it, and then like the musical choices and stuff like that, because you had a great performance, but like, how did you feel leading up into that? And like, did you feel like, I have an opportunity to take this thing to the crib with what you had put together?
So, I feel like I felt the best performance when it was with Pressure. Pressure was my best performance for me as an overall artist, because
that was you.
I loved the song. I loved working with the producers. I loved my look. Like, I just loved everything about Pressure. Now, the only thing now watching it that I wish, like, damn, I wish I was in the editing room when they was doing this, is that they could have turned my mic down because I was like screaming so loud, like overpowering it. And that was something that when I had sound check, I was talking to them about, because I'm like, y'all, when I perform, the crowd they be lit. Like, they be so turned to the point that I can't hear the music. So that's what happened again. The stuff didn't get turned up and I couldn't really hear myself. So now I'm competing with the audience and I start to yell. When I get hype anyways, I used to just yell over. So that was like something that I had to work on, which I have worked on in the last year since we filmed it. But yeah, I just love Pressure overall. The collab performance, I love that because that was like the moment that I always been dreaming of having. Like, to be able to do a song and have a moment that was just dedicated to my brother. Like, we was able to get the pictures and put them up in the background, and like the world knows my brother now. Like, I did fire. That goal that I had when I first started, like, that was that. So the world can know your name. That happened. So that was amazing. Shout out to BJ the Chicago Kid, because he's like a really, really dope artist. And him and his team and D Smoke, they all like helped me when it came to that, like the performance aspect. Like, we gotta, make it a moment for us. So amazing time. And then when it came to the finale, I felt like I was super excited going into it, right? A little nervous because of the time frame. So with the finale, I feel like what they gave us, like 48 hours, maybe something like around 48, 72 hours, like maybe like 2-3 days to do that. But in those days, you had to write your song, obviously. They kind of wanted us to start writing our songs before we even met with the producers because of the timeline of everything. We only had a couple of hours each day in the studio with them. So I'm already like, okay, I got an idea of what I want to do for my finale song. Like, I need to make an anthem. This is for the girls now. I done did all the club bangers, the hype stuff. Like, this is for the women, right? So, but it was still supposed to be street, like, at the same time. So all the words that I'm saying on Cheat Code, just imagine it on a Detroit style beat. That's what I was, going for. Didn't happen that way. Like I said, I was so excited because I know who he is. Like, I know what he's created. And I'm like, if I can get one of these, I'm gone. Regardless if I win this show or not, I'm out of here. And just as a person, it wasn't good. Like, I was in there fighting, like, literally for my life to get a little bit of what I wanted. Like, can you make this beat like this? Can we do this like this? And what they showed on the show wasn't even like, it wasn't even a fraction piece of what happened. So it looks like he gave me the idea to put the end part of the song on there, and I didn't want it, but that's what I wanted to begin with.
Okay. Because I was going to say, like, that end part,
it's everybody's shit. I was about to say, that's the hardest part. It sounds like it take you back to like a Gucci feel. Like,
it do, but it was fire.
So it was hard. Fire. You feel me? Yeah. But like I said, it was just an example of like what up and coming artists, independent artists, and women in general that's in the music industry have to deal with when they're dealing with certain people. Like, so, and I fought for myself. Like, I didn't just be like, okay, like, whatever, I'm letting you say whatever, I'm letting you do whatever. But at the same time, it was nothing that I could do. Really, like, they couldn't give me another producer. I couldn't make another song. Like, you had to work with what you had. I had to do it. Like, honestly, I didn't even get to do my final, like, okay, this is okay. I like this in the studio. Okay. Like, I was doing it on FaceTime. Okay. Because we couldn't even be in the same room together. It was that intense. And, yeah, I wish it didn't have to be like that, but so... Y'all, that's my least favorite song, my least favorite everything from the entire show. Even performance-wise, like, I love the idea and the concept. My choreographer, my creative director, Jamil, like I love him down. He is amazing. The dancers, everybody did their thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like it wasn't me. It was, but it wasn't me. Like image wise, it was me.
Yeah.
It was Detroit. It was everything. You feel me? It came buffs, mink, all the things. But like I felt too choreographed. So if I would have just been like, that moment is what taught me to be like, I'm going to say yes to this now, or I'm going to say no to this. Like, if I don't want it, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, you got a better understanding of like what you...
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like because, you know, I'm on a show and this is an opportunity, I can't say no or complain about everything on there, but it was like, I got to do it. It's the timeline, you know, and I'm not trying to mess up my opportunity, but I didn't go into it like, super excited and thinking like, yeah, I should win off of this. Did I feel like I was gonna be the first one eliminated? Hell no.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if we basing this on the overall from every single episode up until now, like,
you can't put me out first.
I should have been top 2. No lie.
But yeah.
You know, that's another conversation for another day. But
well, it's interesting to hear you break it down like that, because if you see in the show and you pay attention, you weren't the only finalist that dealt with similar issues. It might not have been to the same extent, but it was similar. Like people like, well, I'm just trying to we trying to catch a vibe in the studio. No, it ain't necessarily working. Like
me and Dre literally was like in a room together, damn near crying, like together, like bro, we gonna lose because we not getting a fair share of this.
Right.
And I mean, for him to win, like that's major, because it was like the only difference with me and him is that I still allow my song to just go through. He decided I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. So he like, whether he come back in here and help me or not, I'm about to lock in with the engineer and we just about to do whatever. Now, and that also comes from you having the knowledge to know how to do stuff with engineers strictly opposed to you having the engineer, the producer, somebody else. So that's something else that made me be like, all right, now I want to learn this stuff now, just in case I ain't got all the people in the studio with me.
Like, let me put these drums in.
Like, so, and yeah, that was major. Like, shout out to Dre, because like that's my people in real life. Like outside of TV, me, Dre, J Taj, Jazz, Yoshi, like them my like closest people. So
I love that. Because all y'all was some of my favorites. So that's dope to hear.
Them my people in real life.
I liked all the finalists, honestly.
Surah too. Like, I mean, she hard. Like as a rapper, that girl can rap. That's like
New York right there. That's straight up and down New York.
New York to the Death River. Like,
that is New York. So in terms of the show and experience overall, is there one thing that you guys took away from it that's like, this is going to help turn you up, or something that you really just was like, out of all of this is what I want to implement into my next moves?
Honestly, I just feel like what I just took from the show was, I mean, obviously the exposure was the greatest aspect of it, because I've been doing music for a long time and I still didn't have the eyes. Like I feel like it was a lot of us who had the talent and who had the skill set and all of that, but we didn't have the platform. So that having that platform, like it don't get no bigger than Netflix, you know?
Right.
It go to 129 countries. I got people in my DM every day from France, Brazil, you feel me, Russia, everybody like, hey, come to tour over here, come do this, we love you, all of this. So it's like I could never have gotten that. I mean, possibly I could have, but like you know,
it might have took different trajectory.
Probably would have took way longer, because even for me to get this, it took a while, you know. And then just I feel like just how to move as a brand, and how to just, I don't know. I didn't let the stuff that was going on during the filming process like affect my character at any point. So I feel like the production team and everybody that was involved, they still to this day love me as a person. Like regardless of me making it to the finale or what I'm doing, they like, no, we appreciate the type of person you was while you was here. Like you was easy to work with, you was very professional and all of that. So that meant the most to me out of everything, for real.
That's huge. And I think that, speaking of your character, I think that the judges immediately was able to tell who you were as a person from the jump. And even if they like barely getting a chance to talk to you, I think all of them, including Big Sean being the guest judge, I think they were able to, that's why they kind of like found some type of attachment to you individually from just what I saw, because I think that they saw that in you. They saw something in you. They saw that hustle. Right. They saw you wasn't here to play no games. They saw you had the talent, the confidence. And I think that they was like, okay, like we know you're gonna be something. So like that, I think that's why they vibe with you. Did you feel that way?
Yeah, definitely. I felt that way. And with him saying that, y'all, all the judges, I'm ready to work in real life. Like
Luda, Lotto,
Khaled. I need songs, features, movie opportunities.
Yeah.
What we could do a commercial. I don't give a damn what y'all do. Like, I just want to lock in.
It's a few y'all. I could tell if Khaled could just like, man, forget this competition. Let's go get them in the booth. He would have put y'all on the track.
No, immediately. Yeah, for sure. Like, for sure.
Because y'all had that sound that he loves.
And I know it's gonna happen. You know, organically, it's just gonna happen. We all will end up meeting up and being in the right place at the right time. But I'm always ready. Y'all,
for sure.
At any time. For sure. I'm ready.
For sure.
I'm ready.
All right. Speaking of being ready, Rookie of the Year, new project coming out soon, coming out on the 23rd. And
January 23rd.
I got a chance to preview it, so I appreciate you for letting me get the exclusive and listen to it. And I loved it. I thought it was a great project. And
thank you.
Before I forget, I need to let you know, because I meant to tell you before we start recording, but you got a track on there, Rookie of the Year, the title track. You got to send that to the WNBA like that. You got to send that WNBA, Chicago Sky.
Come on now. I already been on 2K.
That. Yeah, I hope you have been, because that's definitely a track that they would use and that they be looking for.
I'm trying to get into video games and all of that. When I had last year, it was in, when did I go to Chicago? Was that like July, August last year, because that's when I had actually recorded it.
Okay.
I went to the Chicago Sky game, like just randomly on I'm about to go to the game, and my goal is to meet the players, right? Either Angel Reese or Rakia Jackson. And I'm like, I have to meet them. I have to tell them I got this song. I love them. I feel like I
love how you went there with a plan.
Yes, either one of them I feel like was gonna win Rookie of the Year. And I'm like, if I can just get them to hear it, or meet me in general, it's a win. Like, I did what I was supposed to do to come here. I was able to meet Rakia Jackson, right?
Fire.
Rakia Jackson is from Detroit as well. So it was like, I feel like it was God. I was supposed to meet her. Of course, I wanted to meet Angel Reese as well, but she was moving around, busy and stuff like that. So meeting Rakia Jackson, super amazing. Like, she was showing love, it was like a Detroit connection. But let me tell you what I forgot to do. In that moment, I forgot to send her the song. I was so out of it that I actually made it happen, that I met her. I'm like, I'm telling her I have this song. And I'm like, yeah, let me get your information. Like, whoop. I got Instagram stuff, and we took pictures. No phone number. Didn't airdrop the song. I'm like, Diamond, come on now. Like,
you hit the DM?
Yeah, I had the DM, but
okay. Yeah.
Let me tell you something else. Now, as having so many followers, I understand why celebrities don't respond back, because it's too much. It's so many people coming in. You don't see what's in the other request box. Like, so you never, until that person follow you, they ain't seeing nothing.
Okay.
So I didn't get followed yet, unfortunately, but hopefully, she watched the show and she see it, she hear the project, both of them, because I would love to have them in the official video. Okay. That would be like super dope.
Yeah.
And
Rakia gonna do it for sure. Yeah, we gonna put that in the universe.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. And look, the reason why I chose Rookie of the Year as the name of the project is because, so obviously Rakia Jackson and Angel Reese was like my two top picks for it, right? Obviously, Caitlin Clark was going crazy, you know. And, you know, they do it based on whatever team is winning the most as well.
Yes.
So I feel like if Angel Reese didn't get hurt, she probably would have been like right there. But it just all came in like, I feel like full circle moment for me because, yeah, I didn't win. I didn't win the competition, but I'm still like top 2, 3, 4. I'm still gonna be like the rookie of the year. I'm still having a great year. And I feel like that's what they did. So it just all made sense. On top of me having all the ties to sports and basketball, like rookie of the year is just like perfect for me.
Right.
So that's why I did it.
Fire. And why now in terms of the timing?
Just cause I said like with the show coming right out, I feel like now, yeah, they heard the songs that I did on the show, but it was like, now it's time for me to showcase like what I can do as my own individual artist. And I feel I've been holding on to it for so long. And I'm like, I've been dropping like singles off the project. Yep. So I done already dropped Frenchy Freestyle and I already dropped Go.
Letter to My Brother.
Letter to My Bro. Speeding is dropping maybe next week, possibly.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just like slow grinding it, and I feel like it's no rush for me to drop a project or any music, period. But I just feel like it was time right now. Okay. It's the beginning of the year, so like I'm starting off the year like I'm the rookie of the year this year. So already, that's how we doing
2025 already.
Yes, sir.
I love. Now, are you technically a rookie, or are you like Ben Simmons? Like you kind of been here already.
I feel like...
Or you feel like a rookie?
I feel like to the world, I'm a rookie.
Okay.
That's why I also picked that because, yeah, I've been doing music for 6-7 years, but to the world, they didn't know me, you know? So I still have to prove myself. And I don't have no issue with doing that. Like, that's why I'm going on all these, whatever opportunity come up. Oh, you want me to open up? All right, yeah, I'm there. Oh, you want me to, like, I don't feel like I'm bigger than nobody. I don't feel like just because I was on the show, like, I expect anything from anybody. Like, no, I'm still gonna grind for it. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Love it. So in terms of real quick before I forget, the opportunities with Cash Doll, you opened up for Cash Doll recently, and then also, like you said, you had the opportunity to perform with Lloyd. How did those even happen? Like, I mean, I know you hustled to make it happen, but those are two big opportunities that happened in a short period of time. Sure. So yeah, how did that go?
I feel like, I mean, I've been hitting Cash Doll for a long time, like just because it's like it's Cash Doll, like. She is the biggest female artist from our city, her and Dej Loaf. Yep. And it's like, it would just be super dope to do music with them or perform, period. So I feel like for years I've been like, you know, just hitting her. Like I said, I can never be mad at any celebrity because I know y'all don't see the shit. Yeah. If y'all do, then cool. But, you know, so I just was literally trying to get in touch with every person that was a part of her team because I knew that she was right when I came, like once the show was coming out, I'm like, the next thing I need to do is now start performing, and whoever has tours, I need to try to open up or do something so that I can keep my motion going, right? I seen that she had the tour and her first date was in Detroit. I'm like, this is perfect. If I can get on here, it'd be a great look. I kept hitting her up. Wasn't really nothing happening. I was manifesting it. I got tweets from months of me saying, I feel like I should go on tour with Cash Doll or open up. Like, and then what happened? She posted the flyer of the show and I commented under the flyer and I'm like, it'd be so lit if you let me open up, right? Everybody started tagging me under it like, yeah, you should have her. Ooh, Detroit Diamond be fire. So then somebody who knew her manager ended up DMing her and was like, hey, you should have Detroit Diamond open up, blah, blah. She got the show going on. It's lit. Yeah. She was like, I'm gonna see what I can do. And it really didn't go nowhere between them. So I was like, just ask her if I could talk to her myself, right? Yeah. So she ended up giving me her information. I talked to her. She was like, this is what I can do, but I can't really do much. So try to talk to this guy. So it was her main tour manager.
Okay.
And once I got to talk to him, he was just like, I like the type of person you are. I'm going to let you come and do this for the, like, he was like, you could do the first 2 dates here. And I got a relationship with him now and developed something. So I just was like super grateful for the opportunity.
That's what's up. What's up. And then what about Lloyd? How'd that come about? Did you just run up on stage and take the mic from him like David Ruffin?
No, like I said, I was performing in North Carolina, and I had a email from his manager, and he was like, he sent me a screenshot of the DM that he sent me. So obviously he was DMing me and I ain't see it.
Okay.
So that's why I be always telling everybody, whoever trying to book me or get in touch with me, like send an email, because we checking the emails for sure.
Right.
And so he sent the screenshot of the DM to my email, and he was like, hey, I'm Lloyd's manager. We coming to Detroit New Year's Eve. I want to see if you will perform with him. Or he said, come out as a special guest. So I'm thinking that I was going to be an opener like I just did for Cash Doll. But I didn't care what it was. I'm like, yes, I'm doing it. You know, like I'm there. And once he hit me up, he was like, no, I actually want you to come out on stage while he's performing. I'm like, how I'm going to do that? Like, and he was like, we doing like a tribute to him, and it's his birthday. We celebrating him. So it's just going to be, he's going to literally not know that all of these people are coming out during his set. And I'm like, oh, that's fire, you know? And
rest was history. That's a legend, man. People be sleeping on Lloyd, man.
Man, like, grew up on that man.
Been doing it for decades.
And he's such a pure, like, genuine soul. Like, you can tell he just do it strictly for the art. Like, great father, you know, like, his mom, we loved his mom. Down, she came out super fly at the concert. Like, it was just overall a great experience. And now I got relationships with them. So it's just like, everything be aligned for real.
For sure. So one thing I love, I mentioned this earlier, is in terms of your ambition and like your hustle, and you're not afraid to message people. You show the DMs that you send to people, and I know you say it's a part of your manifestation too, but what encouraging words could you give to somebody who just trying to get their stuff going, whether it's them trying to be an artist and rap, sing, dance, anything, business? What encouraging words would you give to them in terms of like going after that opportunity and like saying forget it, like send that DM or send that email and just kind of going after it? Because I feel like that's so important. Like at some point in time you gotta say whatever, and then just you gotta shoot your shot.
That's a perfect word, shoot your shot. Because I tell her, I keep shooting until I miss. I don't care. And maybe that's just me having a sports mentality, but whatever I want, I'm just going for it. Like, it's probably gonna be a lot of celebrities as I keep growing, that once I meet them, and they gonna go through their DMs and they gonna be like, damn, you was DMing me 100 times. Like, yes, I don't care. Like, I'm trying to get y'all attention. And I'm super consistent. That's something that I don't care what your field is. If you not consistent, it ain't gonna work. And I'm like I said, since that day that I started doing that very first one, I never stopped. I never took off years or months. Like, I don't care what it was. If I was just only doing freestyles, if I was doing music videos, if I was doing performances, like, I done did so many showcases and performances trying to win $200, $500, just get seen. Like, I did everything for like all of these years that I've been doing music. So I'm like, it's just about your consistency, your persistence, how much you want it. Like, it's not a hobby for me. It's not this is the trending thing right now, everybody rapping, let me do. Like, no, like, it's my life. And I did it. I had a purpose doing it. Obviously, I feel like you have to have a purpose, and whatever it is that you doing, my brother was the purpose. So whatever it is that you doing in life, like, find your purpose and just keep going. Like, chase after it.
You seem like a pretty positive person. Have you ever had a bad day doing this where you're like, man, forget all this. I flip all this stuff over.
He said, have I ever had a bad day? Like,
yeah.
No, I have bad days damn near every day.
Okay.
Like, even during the good times, it's bad moments throughout it. Like, right now.
Or maybe is it bad moments and not necessarily bad days? Because I heard somebody talk.
Nah, man, it be days sometimes. Like, it be days, bro. Like, and you even with all of the success that's happening from the show, it's still like nothing. Like I said, nothing has changed. So I'm still in survival mode. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm living at. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna be able to pay rent. How I'm gonna be able to eat. Like until I'm consistently getting paid $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 to do shows and stuff like that, like ain't shit changed.
Still a grind.
So yeah, I'd be messed up. Like I just buried my granddad last week. Like it's just so much real life stuff going on in the midst of you still trying to chase your dreams that it'd be like, if you really want it, then you gotta be able to face them bad days.
No matter what.
And no matter what's going on, man.
That's powerful. So in closing, I got to ask you, so what do you see in your crystal ball for Detroit Diamond? Like what's on the horizon? Anything that you got coming up that you might be able to talk about? We know the project is dropping on the 23rd, but anything outside of that or, let us know what you see in your crystal ball.
In my crystal ball, I just see like a lot of M's, a whole lot of millions come in. Like, I just want financial security in life. Like, I want to be able to not have to be in survival mode and be like, I can just wake up and I know all my bills gonna be paid. I can get food whenever I want it. I can take care of my nieces and nephews, whatever they want. Like, that's the goal now. Like, I feel like I put in a lot of work to be able to be like, okay, this is what I'm worth. This is what I deserve. And I just got to keep building off of it. And I know I'm going to open up on a lot more tours this year. So I'm excited for those opportunities.
Would you do your own?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I feel like I just want to, like build into that.
Of course.
And I want to do a tour with some of the cast members as well. Like I've always been saying, like if we went to each of one of our cities, did that, and then even go overseas, because obviously overseas they love us. So, I'm hoping we could put that in the works.
Okay, dope. So before we get up out of here, can you let people know how they can tap in with you? What's your socials, your email, website, all that good stuff? What's your handles?
Okay, y'all can follow me at Detroit Diamond. Follow me at Detroit Diamond on all platforms. I got an underscore before and after on all the socials. Apple Music, Spotify, everything is just Detroit Diamond, YouTube. And yeah, that's where y'all can find me.
Bet. Tap in. Dope. Well, I appreciate you stopping by the podcast once again.
Thank you.
This was a great opportunity to be able to get my fandom out and then talk about the show, but then also learn more.
Get my fandom out.
but also in terms of learning about your hustle and, like I said, the business acumen and how you are the real life behind chasing your dream and what that looks like. I think it's very powerful, the stuff that you had mentioned. And like I said, the judges saw something in you in terms of your hustle, and you going whatever it is that you're seeking, you're gonna make it.
Thank you.
I truly
you
believe
too.
that. And thank you.
And I mean, I love your podcast. I mean, literally since you reached out, I did my research, so I watched it. I just love the way that y'all carry yourselves here and the topics y'all speak on. It's just like super positive and impactful. It can help a lot of people. So just keep doing what you're doing. Like, you will end up having the biggest platform in the world soon. So
I appreciate that. Definitely. Take heed to that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep grinding, and your grinding, your hustle is inspiring too. And then let me know, like, and you ain't going hard enough. You gonna have to turn it up a little bit. But
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, this was great and really dope. Welcome back on the platform anytime.
Thanks,
you ain't just gotta go on shot versus everybody. You should keep going on there. But I'm saying,
yeah, that's my people. Like I said, he was the first one who was like, hey, I got a podcast. Come on. So it's
they're great with that. And that's what I like. I told Q, I was like, that's the great thing about y'all show, because you were on there before all of this stuff. And I'm like, being able to discover that type of talent in the city, and we have so much of it, and just being able to showcase those people is so, like, you don't understand how important that is. Like, giving people those opportunities, regardless of where they are in their career. So they're good people over there. So go ahead and wrap this thing up. Everybody watching, appreciate y'all. Everybody listening as well. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead, subscribe.
We need 1 million subscribers by tonight. Tonight. Yeah. By the end of this episode, after you watch it, run it up. And views.
Exactly.
All that.
Exactly. We're going to tap in with y'all next time. See y'all around. Peace.